This is Voice Power Media, the voice of the realm.
Hey, this is Voice Power Media. I'm Onyi and I'm glad to welcome you to this program, the Ordinary Nigerian People's Parliament. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, Asuu, is on its 16th strike since Nigerians returned to democracy in 1999, shutting down academic activities in public universities for more than 4 years within 23 years. This constant disruption of academic activities in the nation's public universities caused a serious impact on students, many of whom have been expressing their frustration on the painful inability of the federal government and the academic union to resolve their crisis. Now, let's quickly look at ways Asuu strike is affecting students. The first one is more years to graduate. It is usually difficult for undergraduates at Nigerian public universities under Asuu to graduate within the 4, 5 or 6 years they originally supposed to spend for their courses due to the disruption in academic activities, leading to constant review of the academic calendars. Sometimes a student studying for a 4-year degree program spends up to 5 or more years to graduate. A Twitter user, Ayode David, said that this strike is hazardous to students and the FG doesn't even care. My school ID card says 2018 to 2022. It is 2022 and I'm still in my penultimate year. We are tired and we want to go back to the classroom. The second effect is toll on mental health. Many students have complained that while universities are on strike, they mostly remain bored and idle at home. While waiting for when schools will reopen, such boredom and idleness can sometimes lead to mental health challenges, which include depression and anxiety, thus taking tolls on the students' mental health. Another person, a pharmacy student at Ahmad Bello University's area, while speaking to Daily Trust about this experience, said the strike has affected his mental health in some ways, particularly by inducing anxiety of whether the academic activities will resume or not, and also when it will resume. The third one is waste of accommodation rent. Another serious effect of the strike is that many students who stay off campus end up burning their rent since they can't stay in the rented apartment during the shutdown. The another one is rushed academic calendar. Usually when the strike is called off, the management of the various universities rush students to quickly cover the remaining academic workload to end the semester. This has therefore in many ways affected the students' chances of learning well and without the stress of having to quickly prepare for TA tests and exams. Also, the intellectual weakness. Whenever the union embarks on strike, it weakens the strength of students' brain and obstructs academic exposure. The brain becomes dull academically due to unavailability of consistent academic exercise. What can make up effective learning is a steady process of activation, which will develop the intellectual standard, but the absence of such is a terrible mistake. The final one is aiding crime rates in the society. It has been shown that the crime rate increases as unemployed youth roam about with nothing doing, no assignments to mitigate negative thinking, no positive plans from course mates in the period to amend their ways, no lecture for them to prepare for, no examination with a specific time, nothing. In fact, majority of the students do not have engagement apart from blindly anticipating the day to call off the strike. For the female side, unexpected pregnancies have led to numerous abortions. All these elements of immoralities are pervading society, all because of Asuu strike. Joining us here today in the studio are some students, and they are going to share with us how the Asuu strike has affected them. So, you're welcome to Voice Power Media Studio.
Thank you.
Please, can you introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Joy Ugu from the University of Nigeria, Enugu campus.
Okay. What of your department?
I study law and then I'm in 200 law now.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm Ujamal Sibike. I'm a student of law, studying law in NEC. I'm in my 400 level.
Alright, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm Chidinma Wenze from the Department of English and History, University of Nigeria and Soka, a 200 level student.
You're welcome to Voice Power Media Studio. And
Okay, my name is Akubwe Izundi Ifoma. I'm a middle level student of Mass Communication.
alright, you're welcome to Voice Power Media Studio. So, can you tell us how the Asuu strike has affected you as a student?
Okay. Yeah, the constant and every day, I don't know, it just, this is becoming a custom in Nigeria. Disruption of students' academic activities by what is stemmed by the constant uh, and constant dispute between Asuu and then the federal government.
Yeah.
Like, it has so many bad effects on the students in general, especially most of us in private public universities.
Sure.
And then in my own case, it has been a toll on my mental health.
Wow.
And then what I mean is, because most of them we have planned our life in such a way that maybe
After
after
school.
5 years of studying law, I'll go to this one and then the other one, and then having to remember that none of that you have been stuck in one place like since 2018 till date. I'm actually supposed to be in my final year, and then
Yeah.
still I'm still in my third year.
Yeah. I
Having
understand.
yeah, like just the thought of it just traumatizes me.
Yes.
And then okay, I just remember the event of last month. My friends, most of them, my friends from other private universities, okay, all over social media like Facebook, I was seeing their pictures displaying their graduation, this thing and the other stuff. Like, used to I'm actually happy for them. I'm
Yeah.
actually happy. It's not
Yeah,
like
I understand, I understand,
would
yes.
actually come.
Mm.
So
Nice.
the like I feel bad about it. This is just one out of the many lists I
Okay.
have.
Okay.
So I'm going to stop here. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. And what about you?
I feel like the greatest thing I'm experiencing that this year is supposed to be my graduation year. And with the custom of things, I'm supposed to have graduated July, and that's my birth month. So there was a big birthday plan.
Wow, for both birthday and graduation. Sorry.
Style. Well, look at where we are. God has bigger plans. So it just reminds me of the Bible verse that says that who am we to plan when God has
Yes.
yet, say this is
Yes.
how it's going to be.
Yes.
So it really affected me because I mean, you're expecting something. I've made plans that okay, yes, this is law school plan. This is how I'm going to do my masters. I want to do my PhD afterwards. I want to be very young when I achieve all this. Maybe highest 25 or so. Everybody wants to get married at this age, but like these things tend to hamper you, and knowing that there's nothing you can do about it
Yes.
is even worse than
Frustrating. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
like I felt really sad about it. Yeah, the first few months were very sad for me, but thankfully I talked to somebody who encouraged me. I was like, there are certain things that you should take opportunity of this time, make use of it, and don't
Yes.
just sit at home and
And wait
think
for
of what
Asuu.
you have- Yes, think of what you can do to make yourself feel better. Do what you can do to increase your employment opportunities and all that.
Yes.
So that's why I took a job, and I'm making myself better in that area.
Okay.
And another way it affected me, she talked about seeing your mates I've not just seen
Graduating.
my mates graduating. Now my mates I would have, it would be just your mate, but even people like senior,
Wow.
like
Wow.
3 years age gap.
Yeah.
And they're graduating from private universities and all, and you're stuck where you are. But what can I say? Just to keep, like I said, being productive and all.
Yes.
And I feel like another area affected us is the fact that government isn't even encouraging us to want to study. Many people graduate and there is no job.
Yeah.
And you can see so many of these government officials saying, after all, not everybody should go to school. School isn't for everybody. And then you wonder, me, as I am, that I'm going to school, am I stupid? Because there are people who aren't going to school and then they are doing
They're
other
doing
things,
well.
and they're doing very well. It makes you question, is education actually necessary? Is education still what it used to be before? Well, what can I say? We just have to keep praying, like
Yeah.
2023 is coming. Let's put in the work and give
Yes.
ourselves a better government. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. And what about you? How has this ASUU strike affected you?
Okay, first of all, it feels so painful to find out that the country you find yourself in don't have any plan for it. Yes, it's really traumatizing. So, ASUU strike comes with a whole lot of things. Number one is depression. At that first month was so bad, like it was very painful. And secondly, it gives there seems to be a space for maybe on a normal, if you're a student, you may not have time for it, but because of the ASUU strike, you are now prone to a whole lot of things. Like, it's just so bad. You see a whole lot of things, social vices. Maybe if you are to be in school, you'll be busy with your studies, but now you find yourself many places. It can be in the streets, you'll be in your house, like you are around. So you are witnessing a whole lot of things that on a normal you shouldn't
Witness.
And the worst of it all is just you are seeing a whole lot of things are happening after you have planned your life. It's just turning against you. Like, it's not funny. Some of us that have elder ones that are training us have already made plans. I'll train her 4 years, and 5th year is I'm getting married. Now you are stuck. Like, nothing just going, you're just there. And some of them will just leave you. Like, it's just that bad. It's very painful. Your mom that is spending so much just to train you, and she's just at home, and you are still back there with her. Why some of your mates are getting married, they are doing things, getting money, but you are still like, I'm a student. Like, it's very painful, and it pains more when you find out that there is no plan. They are just playing with it, making fun. It's very unfortunate.
I understand. Okay. If you, what of you?
Okay, I would like to say it has both positive and negative effects.
Positive and negative effects?
Yes.
Wow, I would like to hear that.
Okay, as far as because when I heard of the ASUU strike at first in February, I was happy.
Wow.
We had a book review, and 2 presentations, and I wasn't prepared. So I was like, oh, thank you Jesus for this strike.
Serious?
And then it was when I went home. I packed all the books I already do, and then I go home. I couldn't read one. Because there's something that you've trained yourself to read in a particular environment. So, and outside that environment, you're distracted.
Yeah.
So now I couldn't read at home, and then the like minds that would have pushed me to read,
I would have encouraged you to read.
They are not there anymore. So you just have to be flowing with
So even if they call up the ASUU strike, you are still not ready for the CA and all.
I'm ready.
Okay.
After everything.
Okay.
But then the thing is, I'm happy about this strike because it exposed me to different kinds of people there. Because I know that if this strike, it can actually breed negative vibe, like people channeling their energy on the negative side. But then I'm glad to have actually come in contact with people who push me to think ahead of the strike. Because if I'm to be frustrated, my mates in Chukwuemeka University in Anambra, they are in 300 level.
Wow.
My average number is 2020.
Wow.
And then they are in 300 level, but then here I'm stuck in 100 level. So it's like I can't even say I'm in 100 level when I go outside because it's awkward. And then people in 100 level, they will now be thinking I'm their mates. So you get that feeling. So yeah, I've seen people who actually tell me to think ahead. People like Ifoma, think ahead of now. You're not a graduate yet, but then you need to start making money. At least to support yourself and your parents, make things lesser for them. So we deliberate on different ideas. We bring up ideas and then we deliberate on them and how these things can actually help us.
Okay.
Because especially now that the internet has become a means.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
another thing, one negative effect is that I've forgotten my marriage number.
Wow. Wow. You've forgotten your rich number? Your VC should not hear this. Wow, your academic advisor should not hear this.
Because the only thing I can remember is the year of admission.
Are you for real? You've forgotten your rich number. I'm hearing it for the first time. I've never seen. Wow.
Let's gain the admission.
Okay, that's wonderful. But at least there's one thing I like about what you people said. You are not just sitting down and idling away and waiting for ASUU to call off the strike. You people have engaged yourself in one thing or the other, keeping yourself busy, developing yourself, doing something meaningful and positive with your time, and that is One big kudos to you people. So thank you so much. Okay, you have heard it from them. The ASU strike has really affected so many students, but the good thing is that some students are not just waiting for ASU and the federal government to resolve their long age crisis. They are making good use of their time. So thank you so much for watching Voice Power Media. Remember to like, subscribe and share. And if you're students watching me out there, can also comment, tell us how you feel about the ASU strike or how the ASU strike has affected you as a student. I would like to read your comments. I'm looking forward to see your comments in the comment section. Thank you so much and do have a wonderful day. Bye.
This is Voice Power Media, the voice of the realm.